Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in a small town in South Carolina, Fort Mill, and we're right on the border of North Carolina and South Carolina. So it spills into Charlotte, North Carolina. So this is, as you can tell, I'm extremely Southern. Um, this is home. Uh, I I really do love it here.
Tell me about your family. Like, did you grow up with both your parents growing up? How was your childhood?
I did. I did up until I guess my teen years. My parents did split at some point. For me, it was okay because they needed to be happy, and I don't like seeing anybody unhappy.
Yeah,
So it was, it was good for them, and in turn, that just trickles down to me. It was hard. There were hard times growing up. We didn't have a lot, but um, we did okay. We did okay. I still keep in. My mother is still with me. My father passed just a couple of years ago. It
hmm,
was it was extremely hard on me. We had a weird relationship as an adult, and but towards the end there, I was with him every day and
wow,
until his final days. Uh, yeah, I miss him terribly.
yeah,
But he was the one man, aside from my husband, that no matter what I did, who I was, anything that I said, he was fiercely right there with me. Through having different illnesses, he always strived to understand and give me comfort. Even if we weren't physically together, he always managed to give me comfort and it felt good. So I definitely miss that.
yeah. How long have you been living with chronic pain?
You know, I see a little bit of it throughout my life, but it really came prevalent probably, I don't know, maybe about 5, 6 years ago is
Hmm.
when it started to become an issue. And slowly, I guess if I've aged, things become more prevalent, in your life. And yeah, it was kind of a shocker. And of course, at the time, I had no idea what was going on. I just knew I was always in pain, and I just dealt with it. When I was given a name for things, that's when I was like, okay, okay.
Yeah. What were the conditions? What are the conditions that you were diagnosed with?
I have dealt with over the last probably 20, I want to say 23 because my daughter is 23, and I had a very bad pregnancy
Hmm.
with her. I was constantly sick, and from that moment on, I think I did some damage to my body, and I started getting different, like acid reflux would crop up, hernias would crop up, um, and different ailments within my body. I think IBS at one point came an issue. Um, all these different things started to pop up. Then the pain was there, and I think a lot of it did have to do with pain. I've had more surgeries. I don't even think I can count them all. Many, my memory's starting to go a little bit. Many of them, I forget. From time to time, I'm like, wait, did I have that? Did I not have that? When did I have that? I totally forget. It's just been so many. And I know that's a little scary for my family.
Yeah,
Um,
I have fibromyalgia as well. In fact, a lot of people that we talk to have all sorts of varying conditions, right? That's why we've got chronic pain and suffering.
hmm
What you had comorbidities, yeah,
Yeah,
and so you've got fibromyalgia, anxiety,
yeah,
attention deficit and
yeah,
hyperactivity disorder,
yeah.
IBS.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
hopefully you
Uh,
can. Hopefully you can hear.
Gastroparesis.
Nell's got hopefully you can hear her. So let's
I
go ahead.
can.
Okay, go ahead now.
But like IBS is not talked about enough because it's embarrassing for a lot of people. But
Yeah.
IBS, and I've dealt with pain that I thought I could die from, but nothing scares me more than IBS. Like true fear that I could die.
It is so hard to deal with, and she's so right. Not many people speak about it because it is embarrassing. When I first started suffering, it was very embarrassing to me. It still is sometimes. I still have issues. Yet, because of all this, I ended up having my gallbladder removed. I've had part of my colon removed, and I've had a hemorrhoidectomy and sphincterotomy. So my day to day is, I usually call it, oh, I'm just going to survive today. And I take everything one day at a time. The challenges that come, the flares. I'm in a flare right now. I recently got stung in the rear end twice by a yellow jacket. Uh, that was fun. It hurt a lot, and it sent me straight into a flare. And uh, we have a beautiful little fur baby who has gotten cancer again in her leg, and we were given some tough choices. And when you get the mental strains and the physical little pricks here and there, it can send you into all sorts of directions. There's the pain, there's the depression, there's the anxiety. What am I going to do? Um,
Is this not like me?
Yeah, Nell's saying amen, amen, amen. You know,
yeah,
she's
it,
little.
it's horrible. And we have another, pup that's sick. So it's just so many external factors can just grate on your body. And I feel like every day I just want to make it through the day. If I can make it through the day, I've won. And I just want to win the day. And
Oh,
then the next day, I'll take it again and just move moment by moment.
This is
Um,
why. This is why they redefine positive. This is
yeah.
the person, the reason. This is why.
Mhm.
These are the true cool kids, man.
well, yeah. I mean, and while you're doing that, Nell talks. You talk about the redefining of being of service
Yeah.
Yeah.
as well. So talk to me about. Of course, you're there holding down the fort at home with your family and things. Talk to me a little bit about what you've been doing for others in how your life has
You
changed.
know, I try to, I've been a little lax because of all these external things. I've kind of went into a little, oh, let me freeze up for a little while. Um, but I try to put things out there for people so that they know I'm here. Uh, I have come to the conclusion that if God has allowed me to suffer in these ways, it has to be for a reason. And the only thing I can think of is I need to be of service to others. If I can give somebody a smile for the day, I am one that will smile at people when I come across them. I will wave. I will even venture out and talk, um, just to lift someone is great. But then there's those that are hurting so bad that they are in, an utter depression or whatever the case may be. And I have this need and this desire that I need to help, even if it's just an ear, um, just to listen, just to be there. Not even Don't even need to say anything. I'm just here.
Yeah.
And if anyone needs to lean on me, I got you. I will definitely have them. I am a firm believer that God gives us gifts, and He gives us ways of empathizing to others' needs. And this is what He's given me. He's not given me anything that I can't handle, even though it feels like it a lot. There are those days where I'm like, Lord,
What did you do?
well, I mean, help me. Um, but I think, there are so many others that suffer worse. And, if I can help, I'm going to help. That is a huge driving force for me. As much as I am in pain, I want to give somebody good. And I guess in some way, I think it's going to even out somewhere. And, if I make people feel good, then I'm going to feel good. And, we all need that. You guys are always in my prayers. I know whenever you mention that Nell's having a really hard time, the first thing I say is just her name. That's all I need to do. And, lift y'all up, because I understand the plight, and just how difficult it can be, and you need that family surrounding you to lift y'all up. And I'm very happy to be part of that anytime I can.
Oh, making her cry.
Don't cry, because I will. And I get so emotional, and I've been doing so good. I'm on a great combination of meds here recently, and I'm
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, that's
I'm
getting the
super happy about it.
uh,
And
well,
I've that therapy, and that always helps me too. So, having that sounding board every week. Let me tell you what happened today.
yeah.
Um, I bless her heart. I feel like all I do is tell her what I did for the week, and complain, but she's very, very helpful at keeping
Yeah,
my priorities straight.
yeah. It is a huge part of
Mm-hmm.
getting through things and having that outlet. And sometimes a
Mm-hmm.
caregiver or a spouse can do that, but then there's a certain
Mm-hmm.
you draw the line, and that's gonna be not as constructive for the relationship, right? And so that's why they're there, is
Mm-hmm.
have
Right.
an expert there to kind of be there for you and to support you and give a little bit of break
Yes.
to the spouse, right? Or the significant.
Exactly, because my husband takes up a lot of slack. I mean, a lot of slack, and I mean, bless his heart, I will be in tears, just crying, because I've tried to do something that I probably had no business trying to do, and I've made myself worse, put more pain, or I've done it totally wrong, from the way he does it. But yet I'm trying so hard to help. I want to contribute,
Yeah.
and I can't sometimes, and I get so upset and so frustrated, and I'm just in tears, and I feel he's just got to sit there and watch me. And he's like, "You gotta stop." He said, "It's okay."
What would you say you either are doing for yourself or that you struggle in putting your fair share?
Gosh, I struggle bad. Um, I guess because I do have that need to put others first. I'm not sure where that deep seated thing came from, but I do, and I will put things before myself. I'm having to learn not to do that all the time, that I need to do for me. I do journal. I do bullet journaling. Um, that has been a lot of help, and a lot of brain dumping. And I like the idea that I can go back one day and see what I was doing on a particular day. So that kind of spurs me on. But I do put like therapy notes in there, and I kind of get feelings out. Um, I'll write letters to my father. Um, and that's very therapeutic for me to do. Um, my one of my little dogs, she is older. She has decided we have a house full of animals. We have 4 dogs, 2 cats, a bird, dart frogs, 2 geckos. We have a house full. We are huge animal lovers, and I love all of my babies. I have 2 little dogs and 2 standard poodles, 2 little Yorkies and 2 standard poodles. One of my Yorkies, she's old, and the younger poodles get on her nerves in the evening. Maybe it's my husband too, don't know.
Yeah. Oh, no.
At some point she's like, I've had enough. She starts whining. She wants me to take her back to the bedroom where it's quiet and she can relax, and she just takes this nice deep nap. But it requires me to come into the quiet space as well. And sometimes, I miss sitting in there with my husband, but sometimes it's very, very therapeutic as well. Just to be, that's her. I don't know if you can hear her, but she's
Okay.
snoring awfully loud. Um, just taking time where you can be alone, just alone, and sit with your thoughts or do something. I call it my dopamine fixes. Find things that make you happy. TikTok is a huge source of happy time. I feel like if we don't, we're doing a disservice if we do not try to take care of ourselves, but I do feel that it's shortening our quality of life.
Yep.
And we can't do that. I mean, we just can't. It's not acceptable to do that.
What are some of the goals that you have?
These goals of getting through every day, every hour, every minute, not knowing what you're going to face, these are the warriors. These are the most important goals, the ones that are most simple, but hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think my biggest goal, of course, is always, can I make it through this day um, without wanting to stick a knife in my leg or, just gouge pain. I wake every morning, and I have narcolepsy, and I have to fight to get a good sleeping regimen going on. I have sleep apnea. I have everything, I feel like sometimes, but not near as much as others. It's just crazy. I'm learning not to minimize my own dealings, but it's kind of hard sometimes. But I wake every morning, and the first thing I think is, oh, Lord, it's another day. Hey there, sweetie.
Can you say
Hey.
hi to our friends? Pretty. She pretty.
You said you're pretty.
Oh,
Thank you.
Oh.
You're very pretty yourself.
she has a pretty dress on.
Oh, my. Look at
She
that.
when she came to the door, she showed me, and
Yeah, she shows us her clothes.
I love it.
you think that pretty too?
Oh, do you think
Yeah.
that they make that in big girl size?
Pretty.
Maybe.
Pretty flowers.
Uh-huh. And you
Love
like
that.
Meme has a lot of pretty things, huh?
Oh.
Wow.
Tell them what she does to me.
She's really a mature and sensitive soul, and
Oh,
she'll go to Nell. She'll be like, hurting,
She'll hold my face. Like, okay?
and she'll hold her face and say, "You okay?"
bless.
And she just knows how to be soft.
She's quiet.
Oh, you are so sensitive.
She
Yeah.
That
knows
is
Meme.
beautiful.
She knows Meme had ouchies.
Yep, she saved my life.
And she has in her heart, and she go take care of Meme.
Yeah, she does.
Huh? Yeah, Meme right,
Yeah.
Meme right there, and we'll go take care of her, because we love her.
And those Meme's friends, Nimpa.
Uh huh. And this These are friends, and we love them.
Yeah.
And you
You
both.
are adorable.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being so
Oh,
kind.
Thank you.
is that?
That's life. That right there is life. I'm just like anybody else. I have those desires and those goals that I would love to accomplish. Are some of them probably way out of my means? Yeah, but um, they spur you on and they help you fight through the pain. There are days where I don't want to move, but I start to think about, I'd really love to go do this. I'd really love to, especially holidays are coming up, and I keep thinking about all these fun things that I'd love to be present for and to take in and just let that enjoyment wash over me. And it's hard with the pain, but it does spur you on and helps to do things despite as best as you can. I've learned that I cannot walk very far anymore without being in severe pain. Um, so I battled with getting a walker. And I thought a lot about, well, what are people are going to say about me? And
Mhm.
then it hit me. I was like, you know, why should I care? As long as I can do something that makes me happy. And if this is my means, this is my means. And so my goal is to be able to do those things, get through each day and try to be able to smile at the end of it. Um, it's really hard right now, being in a lot of pain and having this issue with our one puppy. She's been given 3 to 6 months, but we don't know when the cancer actually started. Um, she's a huge part of my joy and being someone with chronic pain and the illnesses. I start to get concerned. What happens when that joy is gone?
Mm.
um, I, my goal is to make sure that I keep the joy of the others, and they will band together to help me through. I'm struggling a little bit with that, but um,
Yeah, the void, right? I mean, the
yeah,
animals, we talk about how special children are, but boy, animals,
Oh,
there's
they're my emotional support. I mean,
always be true.
unconditional.
unconditional love of
Mm, yeah,
not
uh,
just family pet. Well, it's for our fun. I mean,
Always be true.
they are family, right? We
they
lost.
are family. I mean, they are all family. I can't imagine life without any of them. Um, my therapist reminded me today. She's like, "You have lost your fur babies in the past, and you survived. And as much as it feels like now, you're going to be okay. You will survive. You're strong. You got this." Um, so that's my mantra right now. I'm strong. I've got this. I am strong. I've got this. Um, yeah, it's tough. So tough.
What would you say that what is your most important lesson that you've learned in all of this?
I think one of the biggest lessons that I have learned is we need to be present in our lives. We need to be present with what's going on with our family. Um, I think we take that for granted sometimes, and you learn when you're in so much pain and with mental health, you're that you find that you lose track of what's going on around you. And I don't want to miss those moments that are important because I'm too busy being in my own feels.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that family is more important than I could have ever imagined. Um, you have to be, you've got to be close with your family. Um, I've always struggled with that, but I try to do better now. Um,
Values deepen.
yeah,
Yeah, your
yeah.
values deepen.
Yeah, you don't want to a little. It goes back to just every little moment. I
Mhm.
try to tell Rex when our kids are here, when Minnie's here, my life stops. I
Mhm.
even push past the pain that much harder because every moment with them, because we don't know without what our body.
Right. And that's huge. And it can be very difficult to try to be present with, and I know I find this with my family. Sometimes the pain will win out. And I've also learned the lesson of, be gentle to myself and be forgiving of myself. There are moments where I'm useless. I really am. I'm just totally useless. And I for a while I would get angry at myself. And I've learned through this process of pain, and then, so many, it's just been so much that I need to be a little bit forgiving to myself. I need to be kind to me, um, and not be so hard on ourselves when we can't do, or we messed up. We're not as present as we need to be. You have to be forgiving of yourself. Uh, you learn what your values are. It's hard to think about, but we do think about our own mortality. How do I want people to remember me? How do I want to remember myself?
Mm-hmm.
Is huge. I want to be proud of myself, and I try to remember that I need to do things that reflect that, which is why I have this spirit for helping others, um, giving as best as I can, because that's how I want to be remembered one day. I want to be remembered as, no matter what she was going through, she was there for me. Um, no matter who it is. Um, it's hard to face that, and it's a scary thought of where will I be? How bad is it going to get? Um, those type of things. So I fight, and that's why, I just make it through each day. I fight through every day, and try to live as I should.
What advice would you give to people?
My biggest advice to those that have these same issues, or any issues for that matter, whatever they may be going through, it's bringing them down, that's causing them pain. Um, be forgiving to yourself. Be forgiving of others. Be just easily to forgive. Things, it's not worth it to hold on to negativity. It only makes it worse. Um, strive to just make one day at a time. Lean on those that are there to help you. Don't do it alone. Don't go it alone. Um, a lot of us have that mentality. I can do it all by myself. Don't do it. I mean, just don't do it. Uh, we need we need people. Uh, that's why we're here. As human beings, that's why we're here. We're here to be kind to each other. We're here to help each other. We're here to love each other. Um, knowing just how hard it is, but it is not, you're not giving something that you cannot handle. There's a reason in everything. It may sound ugly, but there's a reason for it. finding your purpose. It's all out there. It really is. And I've sat and thought long and hard about this. Finding your purpose, finding your reason, finding your people, your tribe, your family, loving one another, being forgiven. Traumas, pain, doctors, those you feel may not be as helpful. Just be forgiving. Holding on to negativity really does make it so much worse. We're not meant to do that. I'm still learning. I'm still trying. I'm still looking for people to lean on. Yeah, it's a road. It's a journey. It's definitely a journey.